Hello everyone, Justin here, and welcome to part 4 of our How to Draw Graffiti letters. Today we're going to be drawing the letters J, K, L, and M. Just make these fairly loose. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make these strokes wider. And here I'm going to make this part here at the bottom wide here at the tip, and narrows a little bit and then get wide again so that this part's fairly wide. So going up and narrowing, and I'll finish it off here by widening again there at the tip. And let's go ahead and add another bar here for fun. Okay, here let's draw the K, and here I'm going to draw the bottom part wide and the top's going to be thinner, so our tapering idea. And here let's draw this part here, this arm, so that it's wide at the tip and getting narrow to the back, to the main stem. And here notice how I made this curved, so we'll continue that theme and make it wide here and go back, and it tapers. Okay, let's draw the L. Let's see, I'm going to actually bring the lower part here lower. I'll bring this line a little bit lower and draw our arm, lower arm, like that. Okay, let's draw the M. I'm going to make the taper so that it's wider at the bottom. And then, let's see, let's finish it off. And then let's add a stroke right here that doesn't really taper too much, maybe a little bit. And this part here as well. Slight taper to the top here, and we'll have these overlap, and this part I'm going to make quite wide, so this L almost seems a little bit small, so I'm just gonna lower this line here even more, and let's start outlining. So there's some overlap going on here, so just pay attention to that as you start to outline. Okay, let's work on the J first. Alright, so I'm going to lengthen this line in to that crossbar that we put in, and same with here. And as I mentioned before, we're going to taper that so that it almost looks like a shadow. And here I'm going to bring it in horizontally, like that. Okay. And here what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add an extra line right there, kind of like those, but it just kind of helps to show that it's folding on itself. And that just makes it a little bit more interesting, I think. And let's go ahead and draw the form shadow over here. So first a parallel line of the lower rightmost part of the outline of the letter, and shade that in so that it tapers. Okay, and of course we need to put in our highlight, and I'll just draw an oval up here. Let's draw the K outline first. And feel free to change the form as you progress through the letter. You can always change it during the process. Okay, let's do our lines that go in here and taper it in, and over here. Okay, so with this part, I'm just gonna taper this where these two lines meet. I'm just gonna work to taper it so that it comes to a narrow point like that. And maybe I'll just go ahead and add an extra line right here just for fun. Okay, let's draw our form shadow right here at the lower right. Okay, notice here I made it thicker. I could have made it thinner, but just for variety's sake. And this one is pointed because I kept the line out, the outer line of this shadow parallel to our outline, and so it comes to a point. And maybe I'll just go ahead and add a thin sliver right here. And of course our highlight. Let's draw one up here and maybe right here. And while I'm at it, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw my highlights for these other letters. Let's go ahead and work on the L. Okay, notice how I drew this line. I made it a little bit farther, so I'll go ahead and use that. That wasn't intentional, but I'll go ahead and use that and then bring it back to our main outline. This is what I mean about changing things up. If there's something you like, keep it. If there's something you don't like, change it. And let's go ahead and outline this M while I have my Sharpie. And I'm going to bring this to a point. Okay, let's draw our lines here. This one I'm gonna bring it down, so you can choose either one of the two lines that would intersect. So this one versus this. In this case, I just chose this one to extend and then make it tapered, and I'll do the same thing here, taper, and perhaps up here I'll taper this line. And let's look at the M while we're here. I'm gonna pick this line to bring in, same here, and here I'm gonna use this line as opposed to this. No real rhyme or reason here. You can do whatever you'd like. I'm gonna go ahead and do the form shadow for the L, parallel line to the outline, and then an inner line that connects the points, and then shade it in. Let's do that for the M, and I'm going to do it on both legs. So here's one. Definitely better to use this thinner fine Sharpie for this, that way you can really get it to a nice point. And finally we're going to go ahead and add our 3D shadow, always on the lower right. In this case, you could choose one side or the other. You could make it so that this shadow line is on the lower left, in which case the light's kind of coming from there. Although you could look at this as being a line really that makes it three-dimensional. So it doesn't matter which way the light's shining. It all depends on how you want to look at the letter. Okay, so remember that these are always pointed at a certain angle here, like this. I always say 45 degrees, although it's not really 45 degrees. But you can change it however way you want. You can make it exactly 45 degrees. So anyway, a good way to look at this is here. I'm just going to go ahead and outline it. Okay, so this is basically what we're doing. This would be a way to make something look three-dimensional. Okay, but what I'm doing is I'm just blocking it in, making it a solid black color. So let's look at how we do this again. So an easy way to do this is to just draw short lines from every edge. Random lines that always point to the same direction, always the same length. In this case, it's about a 1/4 inch. And you can just draw these randomly. So the far left part of the letter, like right here, and the far right, in which case it's right here. Far right was over here, up here. And then, varying points here. So then all you got to do is connect the ends of those lines. And that's how you can easily form these shadows. Once you do these a number of times, you don't need those helpful short lines to draw ahead of time. You'll just instinctively know where to put them. Okay, so here, let's look at this. So here, you've got this curve. So if I start my short line like right here, which is the leftmost part, there's my short line. It stops right there. It's not very far from the outline. But here, if I draw my short line, look at how far it sticks out. And here. Okay, so if I keep adding these short lines, always from that edge, you'll see that those lines kind of converge, and that's how you can also get your shadow. Okay, but I'm gonna do it the faster way and draw a continuous line. So those are just a couple of different ways of looking at it. Hopefully one of those will help you as far as figuring out how to put in these shadow lines. And that should pretty much be it. Okay, so actually look at this one. So we've got this line that's curving away, and here's our angle again. Because of this slow gradual curve, the distance gradually also increases. As we get to the lower right part, like right here would be the widest point, and it's a gradual widening of that shadow. Alright, as before, we're going to outline these letters as if this was a word. This is how you would finish it off. And just keep a consistent outline all around every letter. Smoothly transitioning to the next letter. And we're actually outlining the whole letter, including the shadows. Okay, we're running out of space here, so we'll continue on with the right arm of the K and onto the L here. Okay, here I'm gonna run out of space, so I'm gonna just go ahead and continue on here, and I'll outline the inner section here separately. Okay, so that should pretty much do it. The inner space here is too small, and here to add an outline there, so we're done with that. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna erase the pencil lines. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you got something out of this video, and I'll see you at the next video where we cover the next set of letters. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.